Seeing skulls that burn, they tryna throw me off. Avoiding my luck, I'm feeling kinda stuck. Don't call me Knuckles, give me a box.
Good evening, and welcome once again to Final Fantasy Saturday. That's not what it's called. Hi, it's me, your host, Gage, aka Acid Shark. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I should try 14 one day. You should, Gage. You have gifts for me? But what? But I gotta grab food first. I understand. I am personally full of Panda Express right now and ready to fucking get in there. You should. This is going to be like late game spoiler. I don't know about late game. This is like mid game spoilers at this point. Like listen. This is expansion like 3 of 5. We're not even late game at this point. I'm fine with spoilers. Besides, I'm on break, so I won't be able to stay long. I wanted to say hi. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for dropping by. Oh. Boy, howdy. I had tuned in to, I wonder if 14 still works. It doesn't. It does not. They have explicitly ended support for the PS3 version a while ago, actually. Sorry to say. But it is available on PC and PS4, PS5, and Xbox Series X. I was in friend of the stream, Caramiella's stream the other day. I forget what she played that day. I'm pretty sure I didn't stick around for it for one reason or another. I think I had my own stream I was doing, I'm pretty sure. It might have been Elden Ring. But the topic of 14 came up. And more so the topic of like people having trouble like really kind of like committing to 14 came up. Which is something that I do think about quite a bit because I'm in a similar sort of scenario right now where it's just like the primary reason that I'm logging into FF14 every day right now is the Yakui quests, which I am enjoying, despite them being about crafting. And I feel like this is something that kind of comes up a lot, unfortunately. Where you've got people who talk about like, oh, the game's dead or this, that, and the other thing, and I don't think you're enjoying crafting. I'm enjoying it in spite of crafting. I don't think I'm bored with the game. I think it's just I personally have a lot going on right now in my life. Just kind of in general. And I think part of the issue that I tend to run into is that when I would previously play 14, a lot of times it would be playing with people I know, you know? Like, I would, like, we had a group of people. We tried putting like statics together every so often, but there would be a group of people that like I know, I'm friends with. We would all log in. We would do stuff, dungeons, weeklies, etc., etc. And the unfortunate fact of the matter is that a lot of those people have, in fact, kind of fallen off the game for one reason or another, just kind of over time. I would probably say that it's kind of a similar thing to, like, one of the primary reasons that, like, the MCU has fallen off to a certain degree, where it's just, like, Endgame was such, like, a final, like, conclusion to an arc that had lasted a decade. Endwalker is very similar, where everything that happened in Endwalker was the culmination of everything that had been going on since like 1.0, right? So I think I feel like it's a similar thing. You get people who are just like, oh, there's stuff in it isn't as good anymore, they don't care about content, but then like they'll say about like, oh, I blasted through this in like 3 days, and it's just like, why? Regardless. And I think, for me at the very least, the social aspect is a big thing. Where it's just like, a lot of the fun that I had with it was playing with other people. And now that a lot of the folks that I, used to play with have kind of fallen off the game for one reason or another, that sort of like social support, I guess, it really isn't there anymore. And like, I know a few people who have been like trying to get into the game quite a lot recently. And in that case, like, that then kind of runs up with against like me having a lot going on in my life, where it's just like I can't always pop in to just kind of like dick around for a couple hours, There's many reasons, but also blasting through content and then complaining about there being none is silly. As a non-social player, I am thriving when my ADHD decides to latch on. On the other hand, there's a friend who, if they're playing, it's the depression sign. True. Someone's at the door. What in the goddamn? We're gonna have homemade ice cream? Holy shit! Y'all, we're gonna have homemade ice cream! Sorry. Austin walked into the room holding what I genuinely thought was another coffee maker in addition to the one we already had, and I am being informed that it is a quote-unquote Ninja Creamy, which Natalie has just said she wanted for 2 fucking years. The curse was implied, it's true. Ninja Creamy? That is a fucking name. It sounds like it does sound like a sex thing. You can make protein ice cream with it, so it could be a sex thing. Who made the Ninja Creamy? His wife, I imagine. He doesn't like looking at any other women. Anyway. I'm so sorry. That's mean. Okay. What was I talking about? I was talking about something. Machine gets a sandwich without having to ask for it. Good God. Okay. I was making a point. And like, I guess I don't want to say that I don't have avenues for like reaching out to the other people that I know that play the game to play the game with them, but I'm also very shy. I know that's a little strange, being that I am currently streaming on twitch.tv and routinely talk about things that, like, if I was a shyer person, I probably wouldn't be talking about. But I'm a kind of... Listen, The Onion did a video a couple weeks back, about the government deploying socially awkward men to the border to deter, like, border crossings. And one of the dudes in the video was wearing a shirt I own, and I don't know how to feel about that. Anyways. It's a really nice Jaws shirt, okay? I like Jaws. It's a good movie, okay? That was a very funny video, though. I'm 35 years old. I'm gonna be 36 in like less than 2 months. Buck wild thing to realize, first and foremost. But, like, it does still feel kind of weird to like walk up to somebody and be like, hey, do you want to play toys with me? You know? Like, that's rough. That's a tough thing to have to reckon with. I would love to play toys with people. But like it's difficult. It's a difficult playing toys is a difficult conversation to broach. You know? And it's not like I don't have the opportunity. I'm part of like, okay, co-host had a very fun like FF14 community on it before it got shut down, and a bunch of the folks from co-host FF14 made a server on Discord. I am part of that server because I don't want to say like I was a staple. There were people who put way more effort into their shit than I did. Not to say that I didn't put effort into it. I enjoy futzing around with like my sort of like vanilla G-pose options to get the shots that I want. But like, you know, add people with like modding tools and shit like that. People who wrote in specific voices, who like put like real effort into their shit. But like people knew me. People knew I guild there. That always felt pretty nice. I'm part of that Discord server. I haven't touched it in a while, and I feel kind of bad because I am one of those people that joins a Discord server and then mutes it, and it's just like, if it's something that I'm getting through like a Patreon or something, I'll like unmute the channels where they post art. I need to get the game started. But like that's the extent of it. But like the point that I'm making is that I have the capability of like reaching out to people and asking if they want to play toys. It's always a joy to see you when you popped up or said anything. Hello, Selnyam. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I always feel like super awkward, especially it's the worst. I need to try not to be too loud because Natalie is in here and I don't like disturbing her. She's a little disturbed right now.
My little meter is on the yellow.
Her disturbance meter is rising. It's the worst when like I'm thinking about saying like being more vocal and then I realize that I haven't said anything in like a year, and it's just like, is it going to be weird if I say anything now? You know? Natalie is at 5 out of 8 on the disturbed scale. Oh, Alpha no, Ali say, babies, you got so much bloom on y'all. Okay, there we go, much better. Well, that was an experience. I'm not sure I care for being treated like a child, but it did make asking questions less suspicious, I suppose. A greater Pappas. Alphino is waiting the return of your other companions. Very shiny people. Chat blocker. Right. Hold up. Let's get that good ass art up there. Wait, does Naginta... Naginta blocks the chat! Not quite, though. Not quite. I should probably use the actual chat blocker. Hold on. Sorry, Naginta. I'm not playing Dragoon right now. Nobody wants to see my sexy shoulders, and that's quite honestly terrible. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully, then our next move will become clear. Oh. Shoulders are back on the menu, baby! You could be playing Legend of Dragoon. I could. That is... I can get that on PS5. Let the puppies breathe. Bunny, bunny, banoni, banon. 'Twould seem our conversations were much alike. A looming disaster, creation magics running rampant, and this convocation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was talk of little else at the time when these events came to pass. Uh-huh. Ah, Urianger, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancients' art of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed. Aught the mind can conceive may be rendered in reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. 'Tis not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Asians, wherein ritual ceremony breatheth life into figments of myth and legend. Uh-huh. I see we arrived at the same conclusion, then. The people who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of the ether which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies, and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals mayhap, from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation was placed into our hands, it became, in effect, a means for destruction. It's a means of destruction! I cannot trade you gifts you are in a cutscene, and that would be rude. Oh, okay. With Rose? The Black Dragon? Oh, are you bringing gifts to the bunny? I can do that. Are we bringing... Am I getting gifts? I like gifts. I hope they're good gifts. An interesting matter which no doubt bears further study. But despite all these revelations, I worry we are no closer to finding Emmett Selk. Has anyone learned aught which might lead to his location? Not directly, mayhap, but from what we've heard, it seems the Convocation of 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us through without a writ of permission. So we tried our luck at the Bureau of the Administrator, where we thought these permissions might be issued, but the clerk there said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was where we gave up. I wonder, though, I gailed. Could you be eligible for one of these writs? I'm a known factor. Oh no, I cost something. I might also have a gift too. I should get. Am I just getting gifts? Is this give money gifts day? The voice in the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered at the bureaus as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry, just in case. Pray, allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove needful. I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something that could help cure Igelt's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Smile. Of course I don't mind. Just lead the way. As if I can find you. It's not a large area, it's fine. Kerma's coming early for the bun lizard. Then Y'shtola and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There is surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in front of the capital. I feel like Reed and Alice deserve to be friends, quite frankly. Oh, God! Cool Tonka. Oh, Delina's here. Hi. Ah! Ah! Why the killdozer? What the fuck? Oh, boy. Okay. Alright, what are we getting here? Warp loader identification. Holy shit. Anticipating exertion. Skaven headgear. Oh, shit. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Yo. What's up? Okay, I have 3 slots on my inventory left, so try not to give me more than 3 things. Ooh. I'm getting a bunch of cool shit. Hold on. We're gonna need to take a look at all this. Hold on. Warp loader identification key. I got a spare from the new deep dungeon. Nice. Anticipating exertion. Skaven headgear. And pixie parasol. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Alright. Well, let's take a look at all that. Let's take a look at the mount, first and foremost. Created for the Cosmic Exploration Initiative, this six-wheeled construction machina. Well, dang, I was bringing a pixie parasol, too. If you want to trade it to me, I can send it to Natalie for when she's able to get back into FF14. A pixie parasol. Alright, I completely forgot the cosmic exploration thing. Traverse roughest terrain with ease and boasts ample power for clearing away obstacles with its front-facing blade. It is highly regarded among the Loperites for its combination of utility and mobility. And it has an emote. Okay. Ha ha ha! I am not certified for this. I have unfortunately ADHD'd right into it. Fair enough. Okay, what was the next thing I got? I got a emote. Limber up. Matching parasol avas. That's heckin' cute. Okay, and then we got a couple fashion accessories. Or we got a pixie parasol. Let's take a look at you. Oh, that's so cute. That's gonna be my go-to, I think. Enable auto umbrella. And the glasses, yeah. I forgot that face wear is different. Ooh. Hold on, let's real zoom in there. Oh, that's fun. I like that. Big, what does the scouter say about his power level, energy? Okay. Well, thank you both for the gifts. Hold on, let me... appreciate it. I do need to... I gotta go. Now to find... Oh, wait, no, that's right. I have to hold on for Selena. Also, depending on if I'm not asleep, I will be around later. I'm hoping that I'm able to get to all the good stuff fairly quickly. But the idea is that I am going to... Ooh, fancy. Hello, Fladesh. I see you are also enjoying hats. Oh my god, the baby Mamulja. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. And a thumb. Be nice. I bring you a child. And a model suit. Comes complete with pocket-sized pilot. A child and a child's toy. Hold on. Alright. Okay, I gotta go play the video game now, so thank you all so much for the gifts. Was not expecting that. Let me just, real quick, little... And away I go. and an umbrella to sell for money now. I mean, no, I'm going to go ahead and send that to Natalie. Natalie's inbox in FF14 is full of just, like, gifts I've sent her for when she gets back into the game. She's gonna have a lot of miscellany, John Mulaney, John Cena, administrative clerk. Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Good for him. A visitor's writ. Yes, I can assist you. Full name, please. Igeld Sjork. Please wait near the counter while I confirm your details. Ween Woon. A lot of misc. The eventual return of Maya Capra. Igeld Sjork, your application is ready for collection. As your residency was approved by Emmett Selk himself, further forms of identification will not be required. Here are your application documents. Submit them at the Bureau of the Secretariat, and the clerk will issue you with a visitor's writ for the capital. Thanks, man. This place is too fucking big. I'm gonna be honest. Dear ancients, build smaller cities. Also, get rid of the fucking CUBUS. Why are the CUBUS here? Back in the days of paradise. Everyone loved getting attacked by the CUBUS every day. It was an enjoyable part of our days. Everyone loved the CUBUS. Oh god, I love that that bit is just like written into the DNA of the FF14 community. I'm gonna hop up on your desk here real quick. Oh, I can't. It is not a standable surface. I must remain on the other side of the countertop, where you can't fucking see me, shitlord. Next, please. I have this. Visiting the capital, are we? Please take a seat. Your name will be called once your application has been processed. Oh, we get to meet a very important character now, I'm realizing. Empty seat. One of the clerks is voiced by the sloth from Zootopia. Oh, is it time for Totoro? Ah, fuck! Might be the reason for Emmett's attachment to CUBUS. What is this guy supposed to be? I like the shadowiness. May I? So, okay. Oh my god, is this technically a voiced cutscene? I guess it would be, huh? Okay, hold on. Okay. So, what this is, Zilla, is that we are currently in Amarot, or at the very least, a reconstruction of the ancient city of Amarot. The lore of FF14 is that millennia upon millennia ago, the world was populated by these beings who were capable of essentially godlike levels of creation. And they decided to make bureaucracy out of it. And then one day, mysteriously, without getting into the details, which get explained in full in Endwalker, one day, shit starts going bad And everything gets fucked up and Jokerfied. And these guys decide, okay, we're going to sacrifice half the planet, half of the people in the world, to summon this being named Zodiark, who is going to fix everything. So they summon Zodiark. Half the people in the world are consumed in the summoning, and Zodiark is able to successfully stop the rampant creation magics from destroying the world. Now, unfortunately, everybody's really bummed about the fact that half the fucking planet had to die. So, these guys get together again some years later and decide that they are going to sacrifice, I believe, everyone who has been born since then to summon Zodiark once more and resurrect all of the people that were consumed the first time. Now, there is another group who's just like, that's stupid. That's a dumb plan. You're going to... The people who have, like, come into existence since that time, it's not their fault that they were born after you consumed half the fucking planet. You shouldn't just get to decide that for them. Their lives are not lesser for having been born after this initial summoning. So, Zodiark gets summoned again, but before he can use the life force of all of these people in order to bring back all the people who were previously consumed, this second group of people summons Hydaelyn. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because it is the goddess to which we have been beholden the entire game. It turns out she's a primal. Much in the way that Zodiark is a primal. Much in the way that all of the primals that you fight in A Realm Reborn and everything else are primals, etc., etc. Now, Hydaelyn, to stop all this shit from happening, and this group of people to stop all this group of people and Hydaelyn, all to stop all this shit from happening, has to make the tough decision that the only way that they are going to stop the Convocation of 14 from sacrificing everybody who has ever been born in order to bring back all the people who gladly gave up their lives the first time to stop the rampant creation magics from destroying the planet, Hydaelyn makes the extremely difficult decision to sunder the world into 14 reflections. There is the primary reflection. This is called the Source. It is where the bulk of FF14 takes place. And then there are 13 additional reflections. We know some of them. Right now, we are on the first. And then the 13th is the realm known as the Void. There's at least... I think there's only one other one that gets brought up, but that's like way later stuff. We are not even going to go ahead. We're not even going to get into that right now. We'll get there. So Emmett Selk was a member of the Convocation of 14, and he's one of the primary reasons that they decided to have Zodiark's comeback tour, right? Also, it should be noted, what the Ascians, who are the Convocation of 14, there were 3 members of the Convocation of 14 who escaped the Sundering without being split into 14 reflections of themselves. They were Emmett Selk, La Habrea, and Elidibus. And they spend their free time finding versions of their chums on other reflections and basically raising them up to their essentially their full power, right? And turning them into Ascians. They also find, like, other there's like the Convocation of 14, there's lesser Asians. We're not going to get into the distinction of all of it. So the Convocation of 14 decides to spend their free time since the Sundering basically trying to rejoin all of the disparate reflections back to the source. And they have succeeded 7 times. And the way that this is done is that there is some massive world-ending calamity on a reflection. And at the same time that that happens, there is a congruent calamity that takes place on the source. And they failed once. They fucked up. I think they tried to do the void first, and they fucked that up. And since then, they've been a little bit more careful about it, and they've managed to succeed like 7 times. And one of the sort of... Anytime that this has happened, it has resulted in what's called an umbral era, which is basically a period of years of strife on the source. The most notable of these is the 7th umbral era, which took place after the 7th rejoining, and this one is most notable because it was the calamity that caused a Realm Reborn to happen. It was what took place at the end of 1.0, and it's what took place 5 years prior to the start of Realm Reborn, with Bahamut fucking descending from the sky and laying fucking waste. Now, I don't know, do we know which reflection that resulted in being rejoined? I'm assuming it had to do with, like, fire aspect. Was it the 7th? Because it doesn't seem like they're going in any particular order. I think they're just kind of picking and choosing which ones they can manage. But there's mentions of other ones. There's whatever took down the Alligans. There's like a massive flood that we actually find out a little bit more about. I think in... No, I don't think we find out about the flood. I think the one that we find about more in Dawn Trail was the ice one. But we do find out a little bit about the flood, the 6th with the ice storm. Yeah. We do find a little bit about the flood in Stormblood, I believe, because they bring attention to the arc that was used to ride out the flood. But the entire point of all these rejoinings is to eventually lift the whole of the source up to restore the paradise lost. So what we have here right now going on in Shadowbringers is Emmett Selk is trying to use light, a deluge of light aspected ether to lay waste to the first, while at the same time causing a calamity related to light aspected aether, which is all about, on the negative side of things, is about stagnation, trying to cause a congruent calamity on the source using a poison called Black Rose, which you can actually find out a little bit about if you do one of the setup quest lines for the Ananta Society quests. Wait, the 5th was the Ice Storm, 6th Calamity was what? Okay, yeah. But Black Rose, essentially, it causes this sort of, like, stasis death, where, like, it's like carbon monoxide poisoning on, like, a metaphysical level. You know? People just kind of lay down, go to sleep, don't wake up, but, like, they're like, etherical self is just brought to a complete standstill. Shit's weird. the idea is that the spread of Black Rose combined with the flood of light on the first, which Emet-Selch is trying to essentially restart with kind of everything going on right now, would cause a rejoining of the first and the source. That's all to say that these big guys that we're talking to here are essentially recreations of the ancient beings that existed prior to the Sundering. And this particular one that we're talking to right now is actually quite important. Let's continue the conversation. Oh, hold up. You, I think, are from a time beyond ours. Have you followed in the wake of Emet-Selch? He's also staggeringly well informed. Nay, there is no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade, here and not here. Like, this is important to note, and it's gonna be he's gonna explain this in a moment, but it's actually really interesting that he knows this, because he is thus far the only self-aware shade that we've met. I know only that my name is Hythlodaeus, and that this city is a recreation, a phantom moment plucked from the well of history. These others seem unaware of their pale existence, but I wonder if Emet-Selch's mind was distracted when it came to my reconstitution. A stray thought would have been enough. Hythlodaeus will realize the truth, for example. We were close friends once, you see. I really like this, the idea that, like, the only reason that he's able to be self-aware and, like, give us this information, and the entire reason that everything that Emet-Selch has been working on is about to become undone, is because he just had a stray thought of just like, if fucking Hythlodaeus would realize what's going on. He would. It's 100% close friends, quote unquote. We'll get to that. That's gonna come up in Endwalker. Yet in spite of my perception, I play the same role as all the rest. A bit part, meant to bring color and noise to this well-crafted stage. Too much scrutiny, and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles we are. He would. He absolutely would. Smooch ghosts. We're not there yet. We'll get there. Don't worry. Zilla, you have no idea how smoochable. Hythlodaeus is a very pretty man. I think, Zilla, you are really going to like Hythlodaeus, I feel like. Thus I tell you again, my presence is not to concern you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. If you've come this far, then you know of the catastrophe which awaits us on our morrow. Yeah, dog. The final days. What began as isolated incidents soon swelled into a world-spanning threat. Another fictional husband for the collection, I'm sure. Oh man. Oh, you're gonna... I can't even... It's so difficult to, like, not just be like, hey, do you want to see what Hythlodaeus looks like? Because, like, it's kind of spoilery. Like, it's... We're gonna get there. We got a ways to go. The Convocation of 14. Well, it was 13 at the time, endeavored to create a will for our star. They would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. 13, you say? What happened to the 14th one, I wonder? But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. Of those of us who still lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. Whee! Fucked up. And from their sacrifice, Zodiac was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. Yet oh, how the star had suffered. So many species lost. The land was blighted, the waters poisoned, and even the wind had ceased to blow. Once more did our people give of themselves to Zodiac. Another half of our race sacrificed to cleanse the world, to ensure that trees and grasses and myriad tiny lives would sprout and grow and flourish. The cycle of life had begun anew, and we reconsidered the means by which we might protect it. I forgot about the second one, I'm going to be honest. The convocation decided thus. We would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality. Then, when the time was right, we would offer some portion of its living energy to Zodiac. In return, he would restore to us those brethren whose souls had fed his strength, and together we would resume our role as stewards. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that enough had been sacrificed to Zodiac, that this new world should belong to the lives newly born. These dissidents surrendered their life energies in the creation of Heidelin, an incarnation of their opposing belief. And for the first time in history, our people stood divided. Know you then how this conflict ended? Motherfuckers got sundered! I thought you might. Oh, this fucking guy. Emmett Selk has ever been a champion for the will of Zodiac. Do you think he's walking through here just like, God, I wish I was taller. Being short sucks. The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he will not have, he will fucking shit, goddamn. But he will have not abandoned his course. He will pay the price for our return by whatever means is necessary. And though he may carry himself with a certain glib ease, Emmett Selk is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they have only grown heavier with every passing century. He's become more of a human rat. 'Tis truly a terrible weight he has chosen to carry. My ass, though, being short sucks. I can't reach the stuff on the top shelf as hell. Can't reach the stuff on the top shelf as hell. So ratty. The sky! Oh, for sure, and everyone at my work keeps stocking things on the top. Hi, Geld York. Oh, that's me. That's my name. It seems your turn has come. Pray, do not let me keep you. Oh, hey. It's just the fucking, like, landing, just like, oh, my knees. Ah, there was one last thing. You walk with another at your side, yes? He sees my ghost! Nay, I see no definite form, just the faintest suggestion of a second soul. I doubt it visible to anyone but me. What? Last call, see what Microsoft Casual Games has to offer. There's something for everyone. Why do you keep doing that? That was my computer, by the way. If you heard that noise, that was me. God damn it. Otherwise, I assume only you can see and hear this ethereal companion. What the Sigma? Your connection is hardly a coincidence. In our time, the two of you were one. The color of your souls tells the tale. A hue that distinctive cannot be mistaken. no matter how thin the soul is spread. Oh, right, yeah. So that's the other thing, is that because because everybody in like the world before was split into 14 pieces, occasionally you end up with characters who are essentially the reflections of another character from the source. We actually saw this the other day when we were looking at the new Hildebrand quests, where the new Hildebrand quests take place in an area that used to be part of a reflection, and we're talking with somebody who is a reflection of Hildebrand himself, Hardeboiled. This is a bit more of a serious version of that, rather than the comical one, where a boy, Ardbert here, on the left, is essentially a fragment of the same soul that we're made from. But, because we're from a world that has been rejoined 7 times over, our soul is denser than his. His is a little bit thinner because he's only one fragment, whereas we're made up of, like... I guess technically we're made up of 8, huh? Because it would be... What's it? Paper towels? I don't think we have any up here, unfortunately. I think I used the last of them. You want me to go grab some? Okay. I too am denser than most. Actually, I'm not 100% certain how that works. Because if they've done 7 rejoinings, that's 7 pieces of a soul plus the piece of the soul that we had from the source. So we are 8 times as dense, soul-wise, as Ardbert. I'm getting a nod from one of the lore experts in the room that I am correct in my math. And... oh, hold on. Let me read the dialogue first. Ha! This is just the kind of fate I might expect for one such as she. Surely Amitselk has recognized the hint of her in you. What? What could it mean? Who can say? But people genuinely love to play with this concept because we don't get very much playing with the concept, honestly. Like, we get a couple moments. Like, the folks that we met in Twine, the trolley freaks, they have reflections that show up a little bit later in Dawn Trail. And then we met a reflection of Geralt, the blacksmith from the source. He's the dude who's in, like, the fucking bathysphere submersible shit. Hardeboiled we mentioned. And then I think we might actually know who our shard from the 13th is. I'm pretty sure. I have to hand wave and ignore that for my writing because Flash isn't from the source originally. True. But again, people love playing with this concept, and it's easy to see why. It's a cool concept. To be sure. Aww. I, Geralt Stork, I swear to God, if you don't come up here, I'm going to fucking dropkick you. Damn, alright, fine. Fare you well, my new old friend. May you find what it is you seek. There's 2 ideas for our shard from the 13th. One is that it's who you make a Reaper Pact with. The story also kind of hinted at it. Okay, bye, Hythlodaeus. See you in the patches. Hello, Mr. Secretariat Quirk. Your visitor's writ, as requested. When you wish to gain admittance to the capital, simply present the document to the attendant within. Thank you. No pets in the building, please. The CUBUS. I don't think anybody actually loved the CUBUS. I think Emmett Selk is talking a lot of shit. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. The Kawoobawoos. Kawoobawoos. Do 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 do. Kawoobawoos. Do 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 do. Kawoobawoos. Do 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 do. Hey guys, what are we standing around in a circle for? Ah, Eigeld. Yeah? Ishtal and I have returned from an institution the locals called the Academia Anida. Well, from its public offices, at least. We thought an Asian place of learning the ideal spot to research your condition, but it seems we lack the credentials to enter the Academia proper. That sounds like a dungeon if ever I've heard one. Ah, good, you're here. Everyone seems to be present and accounted for. Master Thancred can best describe our chances for infiltrating the capital. I only hope thine efforts to secure permissions were successful. That's not promising. Finally, you were gone so long I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. How fared you in your bureaucratic ventures? Actually super well. Check it out. Also, I met a big Weenwoon, and they were really nice to me. Ah, I see my instincts were correct. And a good thing, too. Urianger and I await our chances of breaking into the capital, and official entrance is by far the more attractive option. The capital boasteth not a single armed sentry. 'Twould seem that in their time they did not deem it needful to post guards. The windows and doors, however, appear heavily warded. Though mightily did we strive with strength mundane and magical, we failed to budge them even a fraction of one ill. Mayhap 'twas simply the case that Emmett Selk's recreation did not extend to their usual function. Uh-huh. We didn't try everything, of course, but we thought it best to conserve our time and energy for more pressing matters. Speaking of which, Reen and I tried asking about a cure for you. The problem is these agents didn't exist beyond Emerauts today. They will happily tell their own tales, but whenever we attempted to explain our situation, the conversation quickly became muddled. What of you, Eigeld? Was aught worthy of interest said during your efforts to obtain a writ? Bunny. A great sacrifice of life in exchange for their brethren's resurrection. And you say all the Asian scheming has been leading to this? Uh-huh. All this time. But if they still mean to enact this plan, then things won't end with the rejoining. Aye, though we knew their intentions... I thought we knew their intentions in full. Restore the world to its former glory, and in turn empower Zodiac to reclaim his throne as the will of the star. Yet that was merely a step along the way. I hesitate to put it into words, but we have to assume that following the final rejoining, the Asians mean to draw on the lives of the Source to make their sacrifice to Zodiac. That does seem the most likely scenario. Mayhap those who ally with the Asians will be spared that fate. What value is there in surviving when all our history, all our struggles will be erased? I cannot conscience such an act. Of course not. And that's to say not of what Emmett Selk plans for the Exarch's power. Do we stand by and let him threaten our future as well as our past? It's kind of interesting seeing them reckon with, like, the idea of, like, what's going to happen to them in this hypothetical scenario, because realistically, what's going to happen to them is what happened to the Ancients, you know? Like, to a certain extent, but... Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm fidgeting with my wedding ring and I dropped it. This specific thing comes up so much in this game from now on. It does. And it's interesting. And, like, it really just kind of comes down to, like, what has already happened versus preventing an active threat. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, if undoing a tragedy requires enacting a similar tragedy on, like, a heretofore unfathomable scale, like, is it worth it, or do you just kind of suck it up, you know? It's so interesting in terms of just kind of like the moral dilemma of it, you know? It is just a trolley problem. In a sense. We need to find him, Aigeld, and when we do, make your mark. Change the course of history in a way that's felt by those who came before and those who came after. By everyone you've ever met. We are going to get into our boat, and we are going to go up river, and we are going to kick that son of a bitch Emmett Selk's ass so hard, the next Emmett Selk wannabe is going to feel it. I did not do a good job with that Belgian accent, and I'm sorry. I should rewatch the Street Fighter movie. Change things so that even my other self, dying somewhere in that future calamity, will smile and say, I knew you would win. Fucked up thing to say. Time to teach that old man a lesson. Okay, but the next Emmett Selk wannabe did feel it. They both did. True. Is fighting Emmett Selk the only way? He created an entire city. It will take everything we have to defeat him, if we even can. And if you push that hard in your current state, the light will break free. The decision to press on lies with you, just as it lies with each and every one of us. I reiterate once more, I am going to get into my boat. I'm going to go up river. I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Emmett Selk's ass so hard. If you haven't seen the 1994 Street Fighter movie, highly recommend it. It's so fun. Reen appears to be brooding over her choices, her faintly trembling hands betraying her mounting trepidation. Quick, change the channel! That's the funniest fucking joke in that film. Zangief is a treasure in that movie. Alphino is lost in thought, his eyes downcast. There is, however, no sign of the self-doubt which once assailed him at the falling snows. He's grown so much, oh baby boy. Oh, I thought that was from Apocalypse Now. What, quick change the channel? Y'shtola meets your gaze with a strained smile. You seem to recall her wearing the selfsame expression when speaking with Lys and Runar. Urianger glances your way, his expression hesitant. You can see the struggle as he agonizes over the words he wishes to say. For God's sakes, someone fucking say something. Thancred stares quietly into the distance. He seems calm and assured. His easy stance born of confidence rather than false bravado. Level 80. Shadowbringers. Let's fucking go. No, up the river to kick ass. Do you remember that talk we had atop the tower in Mordsuk? I'm still of the same mind now as I was then. I don't abandon you, you don't abandon me, and together we make a difference in this fight. There's always hope if we look for it. I saw it again and again as you tore those veils of light from the sky. If we keep taking that next step forward, there's a chance we'll find a way to save you. So no matter how long it takes or how much it hurts, you can count on me to keep on walking. Oh, is everybody gonna get a turn now? The name of the expansion! Oh shit, this came up quick. I thought I was gonna have to go through way more, honestly. I didn't expect to get to Shadowbringers an hour in. Valtteri spoke of the disaster we would bring upon our own heads, the ceaseless conflict. Imagine how he would sneer to see what's become of the first, not to mention your perilous predicament. Quick, someone Taco had a tangent. I have no tangents queued up, unfortunately. Yeah. But What about a sign? Not even a cosign. All I know is I saw the boba guy and I'm excited. And yet who can deny the fire your deeds have ignited in people's hearts? You achieved what my logic and ideals never could, uniting disparate peoples under the banner of hope and common purpose. Alphino has been trying to do... Alphino is such a fucking Redditor.
No.
I hope everybody heard Natalie crying out no in the background just then. I'm sorry, Natalie, but he is a recovering Redditor. Don't be mean to him. I was about to fucking say that Alphino is out here trying to use facts and logic to undo the apocalypse, and that's how I kind of came to the, oh my god, he's a fucking Redditor. Oh, man. Bullying? I am bullying Alphino a little bit. It's okay. Alphino can take a bit of ribbing at this point in the story. He's come a long way. Didn't his voice actor call him a Redditor? Oh, man, like I don't remember which one. I assume, I don't know. Maybe the UK one. Without you, that giant Talos would never have raised its head. I have borne witness to many such miracles at your side, and would do so again. This is but another obstacle in the road. So come, let us travel it. Drag me through wonder and danger, as you are wont to do, and I shall endeavor not to slow you down. Any bullying I do of Alphino comes from a place of, like, care, because he is my baby boy, and he has grown so much. No, it's funnier, it was so shitty. I'm losing my fucking mind. It's like bullying your younger brother. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Yoshi P up there with one of the funniest fucking game producers ever. As well thou knowest, if we are to usher Emet-Selch unto his rest, we must needs bind his Ascian soul, and then shatter it with overwhelming force. The former task requireth Orisight, and such have I prepared, upon the Exarch's asking no less, though 'twas ever mine intent to provide said boon. The future whence our noble friend doth hail is a world fallen to Ascian artifice, and he would not see such grim history repeated. In a sense, Emet-Selch's destruction will be the culmination of the Exarch's efforts. Exarch. A reward for all he hath endured these many years. Yet even as thou stridest into the jaws of peril, forget not but that his fondest wish, and that of many others besides, is to see thee survive unto the morrow. 'Tis in pursuit of that happiest of outcomes that I do pledge to remain at thy side. Thank you, Oyange. Yoshi P is so fucking funny. I will have to work with the producer of FF16 to see if we can have a crossover. Oh, man. Our time in the First has been a never-ending succession of trials, as arduous as our path and the source ever was. Yet through all our journeys together, through that deep and foreboding wood, you have helped me to stay true to my convictions. Thus would I return the favor. Do as your heart decrees, without hesitation or regret. And that is all I will say on the matter. Thank you, Yishtoa. Very Yishtola thing to say. Oh my god. So there's been this meme template going around. So some chud made an edit of the protagonist of Ghost of Yotei, where on one side it's like designed with gamers in mind, and then on the right it's designed with activists in mind. And the one on the side of designed with activists in mind is just how the character looks in the video game, whereas the one with designed with gamers in mind is her with her tits out. which, like, I don't think that is the slam dunk you think it is, my guy, but regardless, I just saw an edit of that where it's two versions of Dr. Robotnik. On the right is, like, the classic Dr. Robotnik from, like, Sonic 1, 2, 3, and etc., etc. But on the left is Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik, who's, like, cheeked up on a Tuesday afternoon. Gator just saw someone outside the deep dungeon named Wookie Crisp. That's really good. That happened to Horizon. This is not the first time. It's not. And it's, again, it's such like a... Every single time, it's just like, this doesn't make you look good when you do this specific... Like, listen, I've talked about, like... I think we're finding the tangent now. I've talked before about, like, how there is, to a certain point, a kind of, like, sex aversion in a lot of, like, in a good amount of, like, modern day media where, like, they are kind of, like, trying to reduce it because they don't want to make it seem sexy, but it's like it's different. It's a different thing where it's just like, when I talk about that sort of thing, like, what I'm referring to is, like, the idea of just, like, you know, sex and sexuality is something that should be, like, celebrated. It's not something that should be shied away from. I don't think we should shy away from it, and I don't think it's something to necessarily be ashamed of. Versus this shit, which is more about objectification than anything. It's appeared in things, some things try so hard not to not imply anything sexual, it comes across as weird. Exactly. Versus this shit, which is 100% an objectification thing of just like, if you're gonna put a woman in a video game, I should at least get to look at her tits. It's just like, it's not what the direct... This is not the angle. It's embarrassing, is what it is. Anyways, go look up Kings of Hell on Steam. I'm excited for that game. That game looks good. I think that's what it's called. Hold on. Let me confirm that. Yeah, Kings of Hell. Go check out Kings of Hell on Steam. Let me guess your favorite. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. I would need to like double check the character roster. Hold on, let me go to the developers Blue Sky. Hold on. Ooh, it goes into early access December 11th. Birthday gift for me. I don't remember who all the characters are, but, like, I do like a lot of them. Furcus and Phoenix are high tier contenders. General Gop, though. God damn. Alright. We gotta continue. Well, this has put everyone in a solemn mood, hasn't it? Honestly, we're not even sure this will be the end of it. But I suppose we should speak our minds when we have the opportunity. You taught me that much in our meringue. So forgive me this moment of sentiment, Argeld. By dragging me into this sorry mess, you've given me the chance to think and act as I should have, for Reen's sake. Words cannot express how much this has changed my life or how grateful I am for your support. So I shall express my gratitude through action instead. No matter where you decide to go, I will be there guarding your back. Thank you, Thankwood. Ween. Baby girl. Oh, you get a cutscene. When Minfilia entrusted me with her power, she warned me that no matter how strong you become, you can still fall victim to despair. You can still feel powerless. And she was right. After you collapsed on Mount Gulg, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. If I made a mistake, if I failed to bind the light within you, I was terrified you would die. Even now, you could be moments from turning, and I wouldn't know how to save you. You, Thancred, the others, you've all been there when I needed your help. When I needed help, Minfilia surrendered her life to me, her legacy. I should be ready to do the same for you, and I want to. I do, but I just... Grr. I'm not good enough. She told me to follow your example, and I've tried. I've really tried. Baby girl. Then you shouldn't hang your head. I shouldn't? If there's like big packages from Amazon with my name on it, I think that's some of the stuff you ordered for Thanksgiving. Or there should be, at least. Fate can be cruel, but a smile better suits a hero.
Is there any more boxes down there? Alright. I just want to make sure there's one.
Motherfuckers, when you drop a smile better suits a hero on them. I'm not sure I... Smile. Actually, never mind. I think I'll understand better if I try it for myself. Forever haunting the narrative. Where'd you learn that? That sucks. No, nothing will come of brooding here in self-pity. I've made my decision, Highgeld. I'm going with you. I wasn't gonna dissuade... Okay. Cool. That's dumb, Highgeld. That makes no sense. Leave him alone. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Boah. Bo ba ba ba. Bo bo ba ba bo ba. Bo ba ba ba. Bo ba bo ba ba. Bo ba ba ba. Oh. Hello, sir. Welcome to the capital. All visitors must present an official writ of permission before admittance will be granted. Hello. Fuck. You got me there. Your documents appear to be in order. You may proceed into the capital, but any guests you may choose to bring with you must remain in your vicinity at all times. Bye. I think this is a voice cutscene. Hashtag Goth Squad.
This really is unacceptable. I gave you very specific instructions.
Do I look like the kind of person who follows the rules?
Sulk. My invitation was for an abomination, ripe with the power to bring about the world's annihilation.
That almost rhymed.
Not this half-broken thing. Whatever am I to do with you? And I see you insist on keeping the same familiar company. Are you so lost without them?
Yes, they are my friends.
It is not she who is lost without the familiar. Not content with remaking an entire city, you aim to fill it with the reconstituted souls of the dead.
Fucking got him.
I may have gotten a little carried away in my attention to detail, added a few unnecessary flourishes. Well, there's no point trying to hide it. Yes.
This
Once
city
the
is my
rejoining
special
of
interest.
worlds is complete, Zodiac will regain his full strength and shatter his prison. Then we shall offer up the Source's remaining inhabitants in sacrifice, that we might resurrect our brethren who died to bring Zodiac into existence.
I feel like we're forgetting that they already fucked up the void. I think I talked about this before. I feel like we had the discussion that they fucked up the void so bad that they cannot, under any possibility, actually rejoin it with the source. So therefore, Zodiac would likely never be complete. But even if he's only, like, mostly complete, like, would that matter? Who knows? It's possible the whole thing's doomed from the start.
What is it that you came here to do exactly?
I came here to kick your ass. You know, pretty standard hero stuff. We did come here for the X-Arc, yeah. I think the plan was if they get it close enough, then he would get strong enough to just slurp all the shards together.
The wisdom that man guards may open up new worlds of possibilities.
I imagine it would make a slurping noise.
He has unlocked the secrets of travel across the rift, and through time as well, it would seem. Quite an accomplishment for one of his incomplete nature.
I mean, it wasn't just him.
I must explore the limits of his capabilities and harness that power for the Ardor.
That's a bad idea. You have bad ideas.
Even now, after everything, you refuse to see reason.
This isn't really reason.
You think it unfair that you are subject to suffering? That your lives will be sacrificed for the ancients? Look at me. I have lived 1,000 of your lives. I have broken bread with you, fought with you, grown ill, grown old, sired children, and
nice.
Welcomed death's sweet embrace.
I have fucked. I have fucked so much.
I measured your worth and found you wanting. Too weak and feeble-minded to serve as stewards of any star.
Yeah, because you did so good the first time around. Sorry, continue.
Have your recent spats with Vorthri and his Sin Eaters taught you nothing?
I feel like I've definitely written at least one story where Aigeld does actually interact with Emmett Selk, and I feel like I wrote her just like kind of constantly tossing barbs out anytime he says something just to fuck with him. She's 100% that bitch.
Have you not learned that your ignorance and frailty beget only endless misery?
Says the man who's responsible for starting a lot of the misery in question.
How long do you mean to perpetuate this farce? How much more must I endure your bumbling interference?
Like, it really is... I'm sorry, I'm stopping this cutscene like every 3 lines, I know, but it really is something for him to be just like, you guys suck, you're really bad at this whole, like, shepherding the star thing, when, like, throughout history, we have So many examples of just like, hey, remember this terrible thing that happened? Yeah, Asians did that. It's just like, how do you expect us to actually be able to, like, accomplish anything if you guys keep coming around and fucking everything up? Honestly. It is a breathtaking level of hypocrisy.
The laws of reality are again undone, and the world faces true annihilation. Do you honestly believe that half your number would sacrifice themselves to save the other?
I think I would solve the problem better.
Of course they wouldn't.
I'm just saying.
And if you had
I don't think it would have
witnessed
gotten to that
history
point. I would have stopped it.
I have, you would reach the same conclusion.
Nah, I'd win. You're terrible at shepherding the star. I should know I'm the one ruining it for you.
You cannot be entrusted with our legacy.
We would just win.
I will bring back our brethren, our friends, our loved ones. The world belongs to us, and us alone.
Igeld is a nah, I'd win, bitch.
Emmett Selk.
I was almost to the door. God damn it.
We understand, truly, but it makes no difference. The ones you love are in the past, while ours are here in the present. One day, we too will be ashes and dust, but not today. Our time is not yet finished. We share your conviction, and that is why we will not abandon our course.
You think us the same? You think your tattered soul of equal worth to those I lost?
Yes. 100%.
Earn your place. Prove yourselves worthy to inherit this star.
I think they made his pupils smaller for that shot. Like, I think they intentionally made his pupils and irises smaller in that shot to make him look angrier. And I love that. Bro, your building's on fire.
Behold the coming oblivion. 'Twas the end of our era and the beginning of our great work.
No, I think I'm better. Have you seen my ears? You didn't have bunnies back then, and that's points to me.
Final judgment. I shall wait within, but do not spend too much time on your preparations. There's no telling how much longer the guest of honor will last.
I hope you're at least planning to turn on the AC, because it looks really hot in there. My skin dries out really easy, like... Oh, ouch, hot, hot, hot! It's just like, I mustn't show pain. Can't let them know this hurts. I have to look cool. Absolute cinema. Good shit, good shit. Amarat, now accessible. Alright, much like other expansions, what we've got here is we have a final dungeon and then a final trial. I will be doing the final dungeon as duty support, and then the trial, I will need some volunteers. I sign my lapels, don't let them see. Hey guys, how we feeling about Wall of Flame? Alphino? Just say the word, Igeld. However harrowing the scenes that await us, they will not sway us from our course. Alice? I won't ask you to hold back. That time is long past. I'll just try to snuff out the worst of the embers before they reach you. Y'shtola? I reasoned that Emet-Selch would not harm the Exarch until he had learned the tower's secrets, but his parting words suggest otherwise. Let us make haste. Your friend may not have the luxury of decades to wait for you this time. I'm down, just gotta get out of this dungeon. I will be back to definitely help as a healer, and it will definitely not go poorly. Oh hey, I'm waiting just outside to help beat up Grandpa. Reen? I can feel it. Beyond the flames. A darkness waiting to swallow our light. Wherever you are, Minfilia, watch over us and guide our steps. Hi, Fladash. Ready when you are, Igeld. If it's proof he wants, we'll give him a fight the likes of which he's never seen. Oui, Angers. In those final days, 'tis said that monstrous beasts were set loose in the city. Terrors made flesh by sorceries run rampant. If Emet-Selch had been faithful in his reconstruction, then we must be prepared to face many such abominations. Alright, let's choose our team. Who are we going to take with us? Okay, so we're going in as the tank, so we can't take Thancred. So Y'shtola is definitely coming with us. Reen's definitely coming with us. Let's take Orianche. Love my healer man. I love this dungeon so much. Thancred can't come. Thancred's not allowed. Can't do it. Let's McFucking go. Light, party of light. This is not Thancred. Thancred! Thancred can't. Yeah, not since Realm Reborn. God. Amawat. The tragedy of Dwayne Wounds.
Welcome to the final days of Amarant.
Rain, goodness. Oh, that thing's kind of fucked up. Jesus.
The fabric of our star began to fray, and the unchecked energies of creation begat malformed beasts.
Oh, these are like fucked up looking guys. Goddamn. Malformed beasts. Hold on, that guy's using the kobold animations. I recognize that skeleton. Woohoo! Oh, right, hold on. I forgot. Whoop. Hold on, I haven't actually done a dungeon in a hot minute. My skills are a little rusty. Everyone screams out in tank stance. You have to be nice to me. I'm the streamer. That's a rule. You have to be nice to the streamer. I'm making that a rule now. Alright. Ah, convenient bridge. I love how much of this is Revelations coded. There's someone in front of the dungeon called Some Old Dude. Meanwhile, I've been running the deep dungeon nonstop, so I have to remember normal fights. Like the first beast matches the beast of the Earth's description. Interesting. Hey guys, get over here. Some old dude, they're a female cat girl. Makes sense. Leave me alone. So I really like Tron Legacy, right? Like, I think it's a good movie. And it made me interested in checking out the original Tron, and, like, now I really like the original Tron. So you may have heard that another Tron movie came out recently. Tron Ares, featuring... I don't know how Jared Leto keeps getting work, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like any movie he's featured... like, he's... Whenever there's, like, a bad movie that he's in, he's, like, the worst part of it. But when he's in, like, a good movie, it's, like... I wouldn't say it's good in spite of him, but usually it's, like... Like, I really like Blade Runner 2049, okay? You know? I saw the box office Neutron made less than Morbius. Yes, it made... And let's be clear, Morbius already didn't do well in theaters. Morbius made like $17.3 million opening day. Tron Ares made 14.3. It made $3 million less than Morbius on opening day, which is so funny to me. It's pro AI and it's Jared Leto. It's what? I mean, okay. It's Tron, so like on some level, like I guess it kind of has to be. On some level. Like, I guess I would have to actually like see it to know like specifically what the context of a statement like that actually is. Yeah, something, a beast with 10 heads and 10 crowns, and from every mouth that uttered blasphemies. Okay, yeah. Too true, too true. It's throwing buildings at us. Like, I don't know, saying something like it's pro-AI feels like a little loaded, because, like, are we talking about, like, pro-AI in terms of just, like, pushing the idea of, like, chat GPT or some bullshit? Or are we talking about... Wait, hold on. I love the bulb in its center horn. He's got a knot. I don't know if I like that. Like, are we talking, like, in the context of, like, pushing chat GPT? Or are we talking about, like, standard sci-fi kind of, like, reverence of AI? Because, like, if you're talking, like, the latter, like, I, Robot starring Will Smith is pro-AI, right? Like, just the way that people talk about, like, artificial intelligence in that movie, you know? Yes, I'm pretty sure it's chat GPT nonsense. Okay. Again, I would need to, like, actually see the movie to, like, know for sure, and there's no way that I'm going to see that in theaters. We got more info. Oh, cool headline. Oh boy. Did Jared Leto have sex with ChatGPT? God, I know he's a method actor, but that just seems egregious. Jesus fucking Christ. Ah. Tron Ares wants to gaslight you about the future of AI. Again, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, I can't know without, like, seeing the context of the film whether we're talking, like, seems not to have learned any lessons from sci-fi movies past or from current reality. Again, that's kind of a loaded statement, because, like, artificial intelligence kind of in general has just been a staple of science fiction for years. Like, I don't know. Again, I would have to see the movie. Like, it wouldn't shock me. Like, if it was something, like, more egregious, like what they did with that, like, new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles short, then, like, okay, but I don't know. Like, if they made ChatGPT a character in the film. Like, you could argue that, like, Tron Legacy is pro-AI, because it's just like, oh yeah, it's digital consciousness born from nothing. And, like, that trying to be, like, what people are trying to say is happening now, when it's just like, no, you're just talking to a predictive text machine. And, like, I think I talked about it, like, I either talked about this on stream or I talked about it on Blue Sky. I can't really remember which one it was. But, like, I did actually rewatch iRobot recently. And it was a very strange watch with regards to just, like, the current landscape of, like, generative AI and LLMs and stuff like that, where it's just like it feels like current trends of, like, what people call AI have, like, kind of taken away, like, I don't know if whimsy is the right word. iRobot is what AI treads think they're doing, but they're not. The mystique. I guess the mystique is what it...
The land buckled. The cities burned. The waters ran red with blood.
Like, it takes away, like, the mystique of, like, what science fiction imagined artificial intelligence would be. Like, you've got the dude in iRobot talking about, like, one day robots will have secrets, one day they'll have dreams, and it's just, like, within the content... Like, again, iRobot's not a very good movie. It's not exactly, like, subtly written or anything, but, like, within the context, that sounds like some very, like, straightforward, like, Ghost in the Shell sci-fi shit. But, like, watching it these days, it sounds like the exact sort of, like, self-fillating garbage that, like, fucking Sam Altman would, like, put out while he's talking about how, I don't know, his own, like, language learning model is, like, teaching him about conspiracies regarding events that never actually happened in real life. It's so weird. And it sucks. Oh yeah, the boss is over there. The boss of the dungeon. Yeah, he's right over there. He's having a good time. I'm gonna focus for a little bit here. Like, I'm starting to notice that I'm, like, not hitting any of my mitigation, which is a problem. He's just a big old kitty. You ever think about how dragons during ancient times, given dragons or aliens from another planet who arrive after the sundering? Like, would the ancients look at dragons and go, what the fuck is that? I feel like I saw someone discuss that once. The only self-fellatio I want to think about regarding AI is my persona redacted. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Do you think synth personas need to have, like, one of their sticks of RAM removed in order to suck their own dicks? There we go. Terminus Bellwether, let's go. You made it eventually. I got there. That's what's important. Ah, piss. It's not required, but it does help turn your brain off for a bit. God.
Away with you.
That is a fucked up looking chicken, though. Ah, fuck off. God, there's so many ads. Me trying to watch YouTube on my phone rather than my PC. Where's Alice to steal the LB? I unfortunately didn't bring Alice in, so Ishtola's gonna need to pick up the slack and stealing the limit break. She might wait until the boss is back in play, though.
Away with you.
Oh god, they're all single targeting. What, the NPCs? Yeah, they do that. NPCs don't, like, when you go into like duty support, the NPCs that you go in with don't know how to do anything but single target. Anyways, fuck this guy in particular. Oh, this motherfucker gonna burst. He's inflating himself, getting big and round.
Yet this is far from the worst of it. Come, and I will show you.
I don't want to see. 86 minutes to new Common Rider. Yeah, that's the problem with the duty support AI that never use AoEs,
Just
which when
a little further.
Which when Dawn Trail was released.
You will see the end of a world.
Which when Dawn Trail was released was a problem because tank AoEs didn't generate enough aggro, so the DPS would just steal it. Fucked up. Also, we haven't talked about how the dungeon map is storytelling. Yeah. Boing. Also, look at this shit. Oop. It's not a claw nor flame nor but our very sins, stacked to the heavens where they took root, corrupting its halls. Thus did the third doom undo us. Hey everybody! So Orpal. It's quite Orpal. This motherfucker keeps shooting lasers at me. Fuck off. Corporal. I think the third Doom is supposed to be the Great Dragon. God's Own Silk is so extra, the most theater of kid of the ancients. Yeah, that's why he liked the folks from the Evil East Raid series so much. Final Fantasy Tactics Return to Evil East, available now for 50 whole American dollars. That being said, I think it's kind of neat that they're actually like releasing like that PS5 2-pack of the current the first two parts of the FF7 remake at like a pretty reasonable price for like two of those games, where it's basically like you're paying $30 a piece for each game. Like, that's fine, honestly. How much is that Canadian? Fuck if I know. $64.99, not bad.
The star was fading. We saw we had to weave its laws anew.
God, what could have caused all this? We may never know. Oh god, there's still more. Okay. Whoops. I'm gonna just stand over here. Considering I paid 100 USD for each collection position, those are mighty fair prices. Certainly wasn't Twitter. Not to mention, they just revealed like the physical copies of that they're releasing for like the Final Fantasy 7 and 8 2-pack, and then FF9 on its own. But I think each of those is like $40 a piece. Could it be condensed into a ballad? We'll have to ask the Minstrelling Wanderer about that later. I think Europe had those for a while, so I'm excited to get my physical editions again.
Away with you!
It's wild to think about like the current gaming landscape in terms of just like game availability, like worldwide, you know? Because, like, just within, like, the last, like, 5 years or so, like, we've seen just, like, almost the complete death of, region locking, you know? Like, in the current, like, there's a lot to give like the current landscape of gaming shit for, but like, God, I feel like you would never in a million years have to start up a movement like Project Rainfall in the current gaming landscape, because those games would just be released worldwide like by default, or at the very least, if they're not released worldwide, you can just get them and play them on your current hardware. What's Project Rainfall again? Okay.
But between us and our
Hold on.
goal loomed a final misbegotten fiend.
So, oh, we gotta wait for the cutscene. While it's, I'll pull up the details while the cutscene's going. Oh, Operation Rainfall, sorry. Okay. So So Operation Rainfall was a push by a group of gamers back during, like, late in the life cycle of the Wii, where there were 3 games in particular. This was back in, like, 2011. There were 3 games in particular that had been released that were released in Japan and released in Europe with no plans to bring them to the US. And it was a campaign to basically tell Nintendo, hey, we want these games, release them in the US. And I mean, you know, there was The Last Story, which I think was, I think that was Hironobu Sakaguchi's game. There was Pandora's Tower. And then there was this little game, you might have heard of it, it made some waves around the time, fucking Xenoblade Chronicles. Literally one of currently the biggest RPG franchises of the modern day. Originally, Nintendo had absolutely no plans to release it in the US. It was originally released only Japan and Europe. And, like, you could import the game from Europe to get the, like, you know, English translation of it, but then you would have to, like, homebrew your Wii in order to actually play the goddamn thing. Again, you wouldn't really see something like that today, because, like, these days, remember when they wouldn't fucking release Yakuza games? Remember when, like, remember Yakuza 4 came out and, like, part of it was just, like, people were trying to, like, shill Yakuza 4 so hard so that Sega would keep making Yakuza games and would be willing to release them internationally? Like, again, this is stuff that you wouldn't necessarily see today because, like, they would just be released. They would just be released overseas. And even if they weren't, you wouldn't have to worry about, like, having a, like, European or a Japanese version of the console, or having to, like, mod your own console, and then being upset because the disk drive stops working, and you send it into Nintendo to get repaired, and Nintendo has to send it back to you saying, oh, sorry, it looks like you had the homebrew channel on this. We can tell because there's, artifacts left behind by it, so sorry, we can't actually repair your Wii, which means that you're not going to be able to get to play any of your GameCube games of the goddamn thing for God knows how long, and now you're worried that your copy of Knight's Journey of Dreams might be damaged because you took the disc out of the console and you looked at it and there's this, like, ring around the back of it. Sorry, I'm getting into personal anecdotes. But yeah, you wouldn't see something like Operation Rainfall these days in the current gaming landscape because, like, there's no region locking. Nobody region locks anymore because they realize, like, hey, it's way more profitable for people to be willing to import these games. Oh, don't worry, Journey of Dreams still works. People are willing to import these games even if we don't release them, like, overseas. And even then, it's actually really beneficial to release them overseas because there is an audience for them. And again, I need to stress that one of the games that Nintendo wasn't planning on releasing overseas was Xenoblade fucking Chronicles, of all things. That's wild to me. Shulk is in Smash now. God. Let's continue. We have to kick this thing's ass. I think I remember the campaign, just not the name of it. Yeah. And Lorenz's in Smash. Also true. This is an auto response for me. 2 slots left in your inventory. There sure fucking are. Okay. Ah, fuck.
I will not hold back.
Eh. I'm just gonna stand right here. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna be daring. Ah, heads. Ow. Okay, fine. You're gonna be like that. I see how it is. Causing me damage. Huh, that looks like an AoE. Continues to... I didn't know it was a persistent one, in my defense. I don't play this dungeon that often. Yeesh. Ow. A bitch forgets things, okay? This should be fine. Ow. Sonic Break! Gage saying EOA? AoE? Fuck! There's no AoE markers for that one. Leave me alone. Wait, that was Cerberus growling from Crystal Tower. Probably. Sometimes video games reuse sound effects. I hope this thing isn't about to eat me. I don't think I'm on belly for this one. Shadow Wreck? Sonic Break. Yeah, get his ass. Oh shit. You stole a move. Oh. Ow. Got him. A, all in belly. B, better get in belly. C, climb in belly. It's funny that this boss has it in range. Which I'm sure was a lot more threatening when this initially came out. Yo, who's ready for a fucking cutscene? Who's ready for one of the best cutscenes in Shadowbringers? The unwinding of life itself. This is it, the first and final end. Where is Emmett Selk? Who can say? Thancred, do you have anything to say? Nothing. Not for despair, nor fate itself. Alphano, do you have anything? No? Okay. Kilt goth, kilt goth, kilt goth. Who's ready for several fucking cutscenes? We'll play in sequence. Who's ready for me to heal everyone off a platform? Na 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 na. Let me out. You can bring whatever.
Well, well, you prevailed. Nevertheless...
Like, he's just so full of shit.
Your performance was underwhelming, and I remain unconvinced of your worthiness.
Like, this motherfucker was like, oh, yeah, get through the Amarat dungeon and maybe I'll think you're worthy. And then we get through the Amarat dungeon, it's just like, nah. It's just like, fuck you, man.
Oh,
You didn't meet my shifting goalposts.
Misbegotten ilk, no doubt.
The space
But
hater.
should I bring my full strength to bear, well, you would be as leaves in the wind.
Sure, man.
The gulf between us is a reflection of the disparity between the world as it was and what it has become.
Your mother. Sorry.
Our worlds may not live up to your lofty standards, but they are our worlds, our homes, full of life.
Alice is so fucking cool.
And we won't stand by and let you destroy them.
I'm pretty sure the crowbar sound effect from Half-Life was in there.
Alize!
You are a mistake. For we who have known perfection, the shattered source and these shards are ghastly mockeries of the true world. The ephemeral lives you exalt are pale imitations, utterly devoid of meaning.
Belittle us all you like, but we will rise again and again, and give the lie to your insults through word and deed. We define our worth, not the circumstances of our creation.
I'm going to talk about Lovecraft here a little bit, because this is actually pretty in line with a lot of the stuff that he wrote, actually. In terms of, like, the cosmic horror aspect of it, not the racism. So the idea of, like, humanity in general being like a mistake, a sort of like circumstance of creation that was never meant to be, is basically something straight out of At the Mountains of Madness. But where the implication of, like, humanity being, like, a mistaken byproduct of, like, genetic experiments run by, like, these eldritch creatures from eons past, and that, like, one day they could show up to basically just kind of, like, wipe out what they see is just kind of like, oh, whoops, we kind of, like, left all this filth all over the planet. I do like that FF14 looks at that kind of setup and is just like, no, fuck you, actually.
More prat.
He'll be fine.
Fool.
I'm going to talk about iGuild lore
Once
after
I
the boss
claimed
fight.
my heritage,
Remind me to do
my
that.
first act will be to expunge your stain from history's weave. My world will have no need for heroes.
Local woman suffering from world's worst tummy ache and
Still
being so
fighting
brave
the
about
good
it.
fight.
It is true that all we hold dear is fated to fade away. But that is no reason for us to forsake it.
To take what steps we may, and thus mark the road for those who would follow. To strive for the best of all futures. Be this not also thy purpose?
Uh-oh.
Do not presume to speak of my future. And you? Why waste your final moments in futile defiance?
Fuck you, that's why.
Weary wanderer, you've no fight left to fight, no life left to live. You see, the light will not be denied.
Zilla, it's funny you say that. I believe that there may actually be implication within the Omega Raid series that Kefka, within the context of FF14, might be a bootleg Emmett Selk, actually. Because you do fight Kefka in the Omega Raid series. It's a whole thing where, like, the entire thing is that, like, FF6 within the context of FF14 is, like, a legend, a children's story, basically. And because, like, everything within the world of FF14 is in one way or another based off of, like, previous events within the universe, within, like, the eons that have passed, it's entirely possible that Kefka might be based on an Ascian. Maybe not necessarily Emmett Selk, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised. A Garlean child story, yeah.
Surrender to your fate, and let the transformation take you. Rise up in madness and fury. Devour the vermin infesting the land which is rightfully ours. Now, Reed! Now!
It should be noted Emmett Selk had to exert himself, so please remember that Thancred does not have any magical capability. That's all physical capability.
You have to hold on.
Anytime Thancred does something cool, you have to remember that he can't use magic. Who's ready for the coolest fucking shit you've ever seen in your life?
If you had the strength to take another step, could you do it? Could you save our worlds?
What? All by myself?
Take it. We fight as one.
Let's fucking go.
This world is not yours to end. This is our future. Our story. No, it can't be. That trick of the light. You are a broken husk, nothing more. How can you hope to stand against me alone? We stand together.
Let's fucking go, Jonathan!
How? I'm surprised you can stand at all.
I could not well leave matters half finished. Let expanse contract, eon become instant. Champions from beyond the rift, heed my call!
Let's fucking go.
Damn you! Damn you all!
I challenge you, Emmett Selk. Let's go!
Very well. Let us proceed to your final judgment. The victor shall write the tale, and the vanquished become its villain. But come, let us cast aside titles and pretense, and reveal our true faces to one another. I am Hades, he who shall awaken our brethren from their dark slumber.
The dying gasp, now accessible. Hold on, I gotta turn the music back down. Alright, so hold on. I'm trying to remember specifically what I wrote Aigeld saying in this moment. So, one thing important to remember, Aigeld can hear the background music. So she heard that music kicking in when all this was happening. So Aigale gets really excited when Emmett Selk does the whole I am Hades shit, because that's like the exact shit she lives for. Aigale's response to him is, I am Aigale Sjork, the beast given purpose. Long have I struggled with who I was and who I would be, but my eyes have been opened. I am someone. I have always been someone since before I took my first breath. Whether I am the warrior of light or darkness makes no difference to me. I have a sword with a gun on it and sheer force of will, and that's all I'll ever need. Let's go ahead and open the friends list. So that the champions from Beyond the Rift can heed my call. Because you have to remember, I write a lot about, like, identity issues with Aigale, and especially in terms with, like, her feeling like a person, kind of like the world's worst imposter syndrome, because she struggles with, like, whether she deserves to be called a person due to kind of, like, where she came from, having originally been a fire drake and everything. And especially, like, after Heaven's Word, when she was so, like, adversely affected by, what's his name? Nidhogg's influence. So Shadowbringers is actually kind of a big deal for her, because learning that the souls of, like, everyone across, like, all versions of the star and everything are all, like, fragments of these people that existed millennia before, it is empowering for her. Because it means that she has never not been someone. She has always had an identity, even when she didn't realize she had one. So, like, despite the fact that Emmett Selk is trying to, like, use all this stuff about just, like, oh, you're a mistake, you're a broken, sundered thing, in the end, it's what gives Aigale, like, the strength to, like, get back up, to take Ardbert's hand, to take his weapon, to take his power, because she's going to fight to continue being the person she's always been. Alright, let's just make sure, let's do a quick little sexy little ready check, make sure everyone's good to go. Okay. Dadayan Yesp. Okay. We got 2 tanks and a healer, so we should hopefully not have to wait too long. Goodness, it's dark! But Aigale revels any moment that she gets a chance to be, like, theatrically dramatic. So she appreciates Hades giving her the chance. Glitish's lore, I challenge you, Emma Self, this ends now, was the last thing she ever said. God damn, that's hard as hell. But yeah, people pointed it out, so... The Warrior of Light taking Ardbert's offer of help is basically kind of a miniature rejoining in and of itself, where, like I said, everybody on the Source is like... Everybody who is originally from the Source has like 8 layers of like 8 layers of soul, essentially. And now Eigild has like +1 more, which is why she's able to contain the light she's currently carrying a little bit better. It's basically just like, oh yeah, you added like an inch to your otherwise overflowing cup.
Strength, and I shall expose the lie of your fragmented existence.
Endwalker lore would imply that him transforming into this is about the same as him just like walking around nude, by the way. Alright. Shall we? What was that, hon? Vaingloriously what? Vainglorious to the extreme. Tasty design. Oh, just wait. It's gonna get tastier. Okay. I remember how this goes. Hold on. I don't think any of the... Oh, one of them might have hit me, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I do have a Vuln stack. Oh, he is? Was that him? Oh. I thought that was friend of the stream and housemate Opal. Oh, is Opal still working? Ah, okay. Oh, shit. Get they ass. Oh, okay. It's running out. Woo! Watch where you're throwing those things. Oh shit, hold up. Okay. I'm over here. Ouch. Oh. Oh, cool, he stabbed himself. Alright, cool, fight over. Nah, I'm kidding, it's phase 2. Trying not to confuse with the EX. Oh. Oh. Haha, you don't got any legs. Oh, you do got some big arms though. I mean, that's probably. Whoa! I cast spell of get his ass. Oh fuck, see, I can see how he sired some children. Oh, that is Austin yelling. Zilla, you would be probably unsurprised to know, a lot of folks ship their Warriors of Light with Emmett Selk. Natalie's one of them. A little bit. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot for this. That's fine. Oh. Ah, fuck, I was standing in the wrong spot for that. I gotta pay better attention. Ooh, Jesus. Okay. Oh. Whoopsie daisy. Help. I am in the ethereal gowl. I'm kidding, I know it's pronounced jail. I got put in gay baby jail. Ugh. I don't know about that. Okay, this is the one where we have to stand in the middle. I remember now. I'm learning. I am a learning computer. Oh, shit. Yeah, look, that's nice. I'm gonna mash my buttons about it. The light within her champions grows faint. Active time maneuver! Oh, oh. One of our dudes didn't make it. Some old dude didn't make it! Somebody hit this man really hard. Delina, quick, use Vermilion Scourge. Oh, yikes. No more mechanics, no more mechanics, no more mechanics. We're good.
You have no power over me.
I was wrong, it was Xenos who was Deboba Man. Well, that was Deboba Man's grandfather. Oh, hold on, Fladesh is taking a screenshot. I gotta turn that fucking ferry off. Hold on. Alright, let's turn off depth of field. There we go. Perfect. Now let's scoot it over here. There we go. And screenshot. Actually, let's save camera settings. Maybe not so low to the ground. Okay, let's get out of here. Send me that screen when you're done. I will. I got 2 player commendations. Cutscene time. Alright, bitch, you look desperate. He wants to fuck me so bad it makes him look stupid. Are you heading out, Selena? Alright, you can go ahead and send those to me on Discord. You should be able to track me down, I think, through the Chosties one. Oh, shit. Let's go, Thancred.
Infernal strength!
Now! Strike with all thy might!
I'm gonna get ready to take a screenshot of one of the coolest shots in the entire fucking game. And then one of the best lines in the expansion.
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
The end of everything that's his biggest desire, and even smiles for it. Exactly.
It's over. Emmett Selk is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
I feel great, actually.
What dost thou see?
Her ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiac, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart. Yet now it seems somehow restored.
Yeah, I got a patch update. It's a whole thing. I won't. You wouldn't. I've been followed by a ghost this whole time.
Before the battle, but Emmett Selk stopped me. So, how did you? Exactly what did you? Can you tell us what happened?
So there's this guy called Ardbert. I had help from a hero of this world. Huh?
I see.
Nobody knows what she means by that. Oh, shit, right, Graha. Bro, you look like shit. How you doing, man? You need a bath. Goodness.
Where to start?
Aww.
I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
Can we wait on the apology? You need medical attention, my guy. Also, maybe an attention from a geologist? I don't know how the crystal stuff works. 'Tis good to see you awake, Grahatia. Make that cat boy cry.
Somewhere on the source, Maya Capra is getting her wings.
So that's actually something to talk about. That
it is good to be awake.
Before the raid was required content, that line was not available. You could not say that. Natalie just said somewhere on the source, Maya Capra just got her wings. But within iGuild Stork's canon, Maya Capra also came to the first.
Yeah.
She was actually pulled to the first much in the same manner as all the other Scions were. You did not have the option to call him by his name. Fucked up.
So, those mad souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino.
The Chais!
They did something heroic, mark my words.
She knows.
You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back any moment now. Any moment.
They are coming back, aren't they? I couldn't bear the thought of...
We better come back. I am not about to make Julia. I don't want to make Julia Chai cry.
There, dear. Everything will be all right.
His entire conspiracy plot is hinging on you not remembering who he was, and you call him his name twice, and it breaks his resolve twice. Which I felt bad about, as it had been so long since I did CT, I'd forgotten who he was.
Over there, over the beach.
Wait, shit, did we swim back? Hold on. I think if I recall correctly, you can see, like, Urianger unconscious on the beach somewhere in this cutscene. Hey guys.
Greetings! You alright?
Welcome back!
Hi, Julia Chai. No, you swam back. I'm shocked Alphino made it here okay. There's Alice and Ishtola.
I didn't think we'd be swimming the whole way back.
Hey man, you did it.
Heavens, take me.
Maybe...
Alphino! Oh, hells.
Wait! Where's Urianger?
Uh-oh.
He must have fallen behind.
But shouldn't we look for him?
He'll wash up sooner or later.
For the love of Alphino!
Jesus, Ishtola.
Welcome back, dear one.
Hi, Feo. Congrats on the lore.
And thus did salvation come to the first.
I swear he's somewhere in this scene.
Will fade along with Emet-Selk's enchantments, and the depths shall be as once they were. Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain. This tale, too, will fade with time, passing into legend as the world heals and moves on.
Go, my loveliest of branches. Kill. Whatever. Go, my branch. That being the focus of the deep dungeon is why I've done it non-stop since release. I've heard of a few people doing the same thing. There he is!
Nevertheless.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Wait, hold on. God damn it. He was blocked by my chat blocker. Hold on. When we get to the... Hold on. Shit. When we get to the scrolling credits, we'll run the tape back. We'll show him. Jonathan Bailey, star of stage and screen.
As ether obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life,
Oh, that's really nice.
so too do the memories we share inspire others to rise to greatness. For we who walk before may lead those who walk after.
I love that everybody in the Crystarium, like 15 people decided to meet us at the gate.
Your road goes ever on, as does your story, as does your legacy.
I like the Dark Mage. Oh, Nilebert? If you want to learn more about him, I can send you the stream where I did his quest line.
Is the hero's lot, to touch the lives of countless others.
Excuse me? You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you?
I sure as sugar am.
Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
That's a long story. Boom, 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 now, boom, now, boom, boom, now, boom, now, boom, now, boom, now. One brings shadow, one brings light. Two-toned echoes tumbling through time. 70 wasted, 10 cast aside. Forged in fury, tempered in light. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my chat blocker here real quick. And there he is. All the way on the left. Face down in the water. God. Then do we cast off tomorrow? Bam, bam, bam. The lights. Hi, Lena. Lena, my beloved. I have this up on the work playlist. I think I have the, I have the... Oh god. The Primals version of this. Focus straight on fall from grace. Straight to the edge. Gonna kiss that bunny on the hand, full of respect. No, with tongue. Forcefully, with tongue. The fairies are cute as hell. The pixies are pretty great. And Feoul, oh, Feoul is fucking unhinged, and we love them for it. Hey ho. Woo woo woo. Bwah. Burn. Dun 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 dun. Bam. Down, 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 bam, bam, down, down, down. Very good shots of Aigeld and Fladesh together. Thank you, Selena. Feoul's delivery of cold and cruel and heartless will be one of the last things I think of. It's so good. Oh god. I would do the deep dungeon if I had done literally any of the deep dungeons. Like, I still haven't completed Palace of the Dead, unfortunately. Gage, I will take you to Palace of the Dead. I appreciate that. You don't gotta, though. It's fine. Say again? No, Kale is offering. I think me and Lucas did a good chunk of Palace of the Dead, actually, if I recall correctly. I forget exactly how far in we got. Gage, you're just talking about not doing things in FF14 with others. I just don't... Listen. I am a fickle bitch. I remember fighting an old bastard in Yellow Lighting. I don't really remember, because that's floor 50. I haven't gotten to floor 50. I know, God, what is it? Oh. The chick who carried her fiance's severed head out of the dungeon. What's her name? Edda! Yeah, I remember Edda was like the main focus of like the first chunk of Palace of the Dead. I love Edda. Edda is one of my favorite NPCs in this game. If you fought Edda, I haven't fought Edda, that's the thing. I haven't even fought Edda. I just know that she's the focus of like the first chunk of that dungeon. Okay, we're gonna go... Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Now we can skip. Okay, we'll get you to fight Edda. Yeah, we'll take you to fight Edda to get the closure, and then you can do the new one you want. Because I know there's also like I've watched the cutscenes for that one, and I think one of my favorite things that I know is that if you do Edda's whole quest line up to a certain point, you can see like her ghost around different areas. Anyways, let's finish up SHADOWBUNNIES. I've seen her, it's creepy as shit, and that's so fucking cool. I love Edda so goddamn much. I knew the Knights Blessed were among the revelers, aye, but the Crystarium was so crowded I thought it safe to speak my true name. Poor Runar and his ilk were gripped with panic. As you may recall, it is customary not to reveal one's true name outside of family and ceremony. Yet when I hurried to explain that all present were like family, I was greeted with an outpouring of tears. An emotional people, the Blessed. It would seem I don't know my own limits. I had thought to push on till dawn, but my body had other plans. Still, I did enjoy the carousing while it lasted. Even I need to forget my cares every now and then. What I don't need is to wake up to Alphino smirking at my bedside. He said my face was a rare sight while I slept. Gods, I hope I wasn't drooling. It would seem that the city celebrated long into the night. Not that I would know. As embarrassing as it is to admit, I woke to find myself in the infirmary, having apparently collapsed from exhaustion. My aching pride was somewhat soothed by the sight of Alice asleep in the bed next to mine. She must have been just as weary. Long has it been since I've seen her face so peaceful in repose. 'Twas a rare twankle morning. Alice, you were like 16. I think she's 17. The twins are 17 at this point, I'm pretty sure. Alright, night, Lila. 'Twas a rare, tranquil morning, made unforgettable by the sight of those clear blue skies. Reen? Oh, Igert! Are you well? No ill after effects? To my eyes, you seem completely healed. It really is a miracle. Blech. Peh. Speaking of happy surprises, I was amazed to see the crowd that greeted our return. It was like 12 people. I hadn't realized just how many people we'd met along the way. And did you see their smiles? Right then and there, I vowed to do whatever I could to keep that joy from fading. Yeah, Reen, you're gonna be sticking around for a hot minute. People came from malms around to join the festivities, but most seem to have stumbled home by now. Even so, I dare say Norvrent will echo to the sound of clinking mugs for some while yet. Though, I thought to indulge in a little revelry myself last night, until Urianger began to list all the names of my drunken conquests. I ended up drinking water. Water. Yeah, Reen doesn't need to see that, man. The ending to this tale hath been a joyous one indeed. Myriad were the lessons learned, yet there is one of particular import. 'Tis imperative that I master magics to grant my feet purchase upon the water, or else allow me to part the sea at will. I must needs visit Bismarck in due course, and scrub his teeth in thanks. Mayhap the airy arts of a fairy whale might be imparted to mortal men. We shall see, we shall see. Questo exarch. Yep, that's the most important lesson you learned. I mean, he was face down in like a foot of water. Not the part about lying to everyone to hide the truth. He already learned that lesson, okay? He learned that back in Heavensward.
The blinding light been banished from these skies, and the Sin Eaters driven to retreat. Although our many hurts will be years in the mending, I have faith that this world and her people will one day be whole once more.
Don't worry about that.
With no rejoining in prospect, the Source need no longer fear the coming of an 8th umbral calamity.
Hey!
And with that triumph, the future from which you came will no longer come to pass. Yet here you still stand.
So I do. I wonder if that other age continues onward somehow, cut adrift from time's flow. Or have I simply etched myself a place upon this new block of history?
We can't get into the physics of time travel and how changing the future works. We're gonna be here all day. Now you may think this is a time paradox. Fortunately, I have a solution. Don't worry about it.
As the summoner of your souls, my death was meant to release you back to your world. Yet I am very much alive, and you are still stuck here in the first.
Never you mind all that. Guess you'll have to kill me after all.
I believe I speak for us all when I say that we are happy to postpone our return if it means your life is spared. We will seek out another way.
Besides, I never had any intention of rushing home. There are people here I still need to thank, and this means I might actually have time to do so.
Yet we dare not neglect our comrades in the source. Mistress Tataru, to name but one, will be most anxious to know how things stand with us.
So, you'll just have to make the journey alone for the moment. Be sure and give a full report to our fellow sires, would you? Oh, and we'd also appreciate any news you can bring us from back home.
Sure, man.
Then I see no reason to delay. I can open the path from here.
I imagine we each have matters demanding our attention, so let this be a farewell for us all. Send word when you've resummoned our friend. Oh, and do try to ensure she arrives within the city next time.
Of course. I shall strive for utmost accuracy. No strange forests or unplanned passengers, I promise.
Grahatia is so fucking funny. Truly the cat boy of all time.
I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I would have been terribly lonely if everyone had suddenly disappeared. But I understand that you have to go. Safe journey, warrior of darkness. I hope to see you again soon.
Don't worry, Reen. One of the next things that we're going to be doing is getting you a bestie.
Just a moment while I attune the portal. Then you can be on your way.
I forget if I talked about this already. I once sought out a... I feel like I've talked about this already. But I actually sought out a video of Jonathan Bailey discussing his role as Grahatia. And him mentioning that apparently the role is so important to him that, like, he has cut time out of, like, his daily schedule when he's been on, like, other projects, like movies and like stage shows and stuff like that, to make sure that he records his lines for Grahatia. And I love that. Like, he recognizes, like, how much the character means to everyone. Oh, also, I have a gunblade to show you. Oh, yeah? And it's just, it's nice. Cause, like, I know that, what is it? I know that a lot of the other voice actors, they're all, like, longtime Final Fantasy fans, and, like, they've talked about, like, how absolutely fucking excited they are to be a part of this game. But, like, I also know that, like, Jonathan Bailey has been, like, getting more and more into, like, Hollywood and stuff like that. You know, Wicked, Jurassic World, all that jazz. So, like, there was a part of me that always wondered, just, like, how much does this particular role, like, actually mean to him? So, to hear him say in no uncertain terms that, like, he loves doing Grahatia is so good.
When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short. And then one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me in the flesh.
He's so short.
A hero who looked at the horizon and beyond and saw I knew not what.
One of Natalie's favorite things about shipping Maya Capra with Grahatia is that Maya Capra is taller than Grahatia. Nope. Nice try, though.
Would that it was so easy. The glory of the heavens was ever beyond the grasp of those who never thought to reach for it. But if I have gained anything from all of this, it is the courage to stretch out my hand.
Yeah, excuse me.
Do you hear me, Grahatia? This is no time for sleeping.
Grahatia will continue to sleep for the time being. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace in the Source... What's going on over here? Have fun watching a very deserved murder. Will do.
To the west gate. I want to know what's happening there.
Okay, bye, Kale. Enjoy Common Wider. Common Wider. You're long. Sorry.
Same as the others. Struck down with a single blow. An unfortunate day to draw guard duty. Forgive me. These were your people.
We took advantage of this slaughter to slip into the palace. 'Tis not for me to grieve them. That was the Emperor. Wait! Ugh. Your radiance!
Gaius, you've missed your part in this, I'm afraid.
I don't feel upset about this in the slightest.
Identify yourself, demon!
You were hoping for the Ascian? The Craven shed this skin and fled, rather than face me. A pity. I wasn't looking forward to crossing
the true
blades
Boba
with
man.
myself. But I cannot deny the feeling of satisfaction. Body and soul reunited at last.
What now? The game continues, but the pieces have changed.
Only if we trust in a paragon's words. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. Gaius!
He speaks the truth. Elidibus is gone. Tore a hole into the rift.
God, Varys looks like shit.
Xenos, my foolish, greedy son.
What an incredibly ugly man.
Was a second life not enough? Was the Empire too rich a prize to ignore? True freedom for our nation, our people, will never be won by a spoiled princeling. The burden of this throne is beyond you.
And who spoiled the princeling, I wonder?
'Tis you, father, who have struggled with this burden. Simply holding the Empire together has occupied your limited faculties. But you may take comfort in knowing that I have no intention of pursuing your tedious agenda. Nor am I interested in ruling over the Empire's lands.
Xenos' eyes are really blue. I don't think I've ever noticed. He's like the epitome of that one meme of just like people with blue eyes when they look at you.
I came only to remove that which ruins my sport. I will not have my prey stolen by your petty wars and cowardly weapons.
You would kill me just for that?
Yes. Who do you think you're talking to?
I need no other reason. Any and all who interfere with my hunt will not do so twice!
Get fucked, idiot.
I heard the Ascians speak of Zodiac and Eidolon. Even the will of this star is but a construct of our own making. We shall gorge upon their strength, and then, my friend, our contest shall begin anew.
Xenos!
I'm sure that ended fine. Ah, man. Hey guys, how's it hanging? Alright, we gotta go see Tatawu. Mana trigger of the first light. Like an actual rifle. Ooh! That is kind of cool, actually. How do you get that? There's also one with white gold. Ooh. Hold on, how do you get first light weapons? Oh. That is super cool. Hold on, now I need to know. 1 second. I'm going to look this up real quick. While I'm looking this up, I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. If you enjoyed the stream, you can subscribe here on Twitch. We have special emotes for subscribers. You can also follow me on Blue Sky and Tumblr at AcidXShark. That's AcidXSHRK, where I post all the streams as they happen. Or you can follow me on YouTube at AcidXShark, where I post all the streams after they happen. Still working on getting the edited version of the last Darksiders Genesis stream up and running. I was hoping that the... what's the word I'm looking for? the... How goes Final Fantasy? We just beat Shadowbringers. I was hoping that the rendering would be done before today's stream, but after letting it render overnight, it became clear to me that it was not going to be ready by the time the stream started, so I had to cancel it out. I'm gonna let it render overnight again, and then for as long as it needs to on Sunday. To try and, like, get that up by the start of next week, and then I'll get everything else published as well. The last Silent Hill F stream, this stream, etc., etc. Art for the stream, Chat Blocker was done by Isaac, who you can find on Blue Sky at Knucklebone. That's Knucklebone. VTuber was done by Teva. You can find on Blue Sky at Teva Meow. That's Tevameow, with rigging by V747, who you can find on Patreon. Upcoming streams, Tuesday, still not sure what we're doing yet on Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and reach out to the artist that I commissioned for the new kind of general use thumbnail art to get an idea of where things are at currently. If it seems like it's going to be ready on Tuesday, then there's a specific game that I am going to be playing. If not, I'm sure I can find something else. Thursday. What are we doing on Thursday? On Thursday, we're starting Undertale. So that's exciting. Friday, we will be continuing finishing our first New Game Plus of Silent Hill F. Probably not moving on to New Game Plus Plus, but will at the very least be just kind of like rounding off that one. And then next Saturday, here we go. What are we doing now that... Oh, right, okay. So next Saturday, what we're going to be doing is we've got the next big thing that we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing Eden. But before we do the Eden raids, there's a little bit of additional work that we have to do. As you know, we did all the role quests, but role quests all have something called role master quests, which are additional side quests that kind of like bring everything that you've done over the course of the game, or over the course of those role quests, together. So we're going to be doing the first of those sorry, I'm just kind of looking over things here. I'm trying to get an idea of, like... Because there's one thing that I did actually forget to put in the lineup here, and that is the near raids. I'm probably going to... Let's see. So what we're doing, before we do the next part of Shadowbringers, we've got to do the first of the role master quests. A series of side quests called Tales from the Shadows, kind of sort of similar to Tales of the Dragonsong War, where it's important kind of like to the overall story, but generally speaking, like, it's not like main story stuff. Then we're going to do the Eden raids, then we get into Shadowbringers Part 3. Once we're done with Shadowbringers Part 3, that's where we've got a couple more role master quests to do. And then I think that's about where we are going to fit in the near raids. Which, we've already done the near raids once, but we're going to do them again as part of, like, sort of the full main story quest, like, New Game Plus run that we're doing. And then we do the Trial series. We do Shadowbringers Part 4. And then we do a follow-up to the Roll Master quest that also ties into the Trial series from Heavensward. And then at that point, it's Endwalker. So we've got a fair amount of work to do before we get to the next expansion. So excited for that. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go talk to Tataru. While we're doing that, I am going to see who is streaming right now that we can go ahead and raid. Tatawu, how's it going? Been a hot minute. Oh, Machine 17 is playing. Also playing Final Fantasy 15. But! Igeld, is it really you? Hey, girl, hey. But how? When? We didn't think you'd be back for ages. Time moves in mysterious ways. It's definitely been less than a year. All right, you have a good night, Selena. Right, so it does. The reports you had delivered by that excitable little pixie said as much. As for the situation on this side, the Imperials are still eyeing our forces from afar. From what I'm told, the Garlean armies have been slow to react and seem reluctant to commit to any large-scale engagements. It's an odd sort of stalemate. Otherwise, we've yet to see any sign of that awful Black Rose weapon we were warned about. Oh, but I suppose we did call in an old friend to help out on that count. Huh? Kryl and I had a terrible time tracking him down, though it will be worth it to see the look on your face when you find out who it is. Anyway, I was just about to make contact with this helper of ours, and then confirm the latest news from the front. Might you fancy having a rest while I do? Okay. The Warrior of Light, back where she belongs, just as if nothing had happened. Though you do seem different somehow. You'll have to tell me all about your adventures when next we have a spare moment. Until then, welcome back. Smile. Nod. Da 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 da. Ascian on the moon. Ascian on the moon. Oblivion has claimed him. Emet-Selch, gone. La Habrea, gone. I alone remain, the last of the unbroken. Once more I am moved to reevaluate the potential of these tattered souls. Ah, Xenos. Never did I dream you could overpower me so completely, possessed as I was of your body and all its uncanny strength. And now that I have shared with you the truth of this world and its reflections, who can predict how events will unfold? Not I. Emissary. What a poor jest that title has become. The flow of history has become muddled, its currents wild beyond my capacity to direct them. Darf. You have wrested the advantage, Hydaelyn. The thieving hands of your disciples tighten their grip on our star. The origins of the world remain hidden, and its inhabitants ignorant of their broken existence, just as you and your creators desired. They celebrate the gift of imperfect life, uncaring, unknowing as we weaken and fade. But do not imagine yourself rid of us. Though your champion has indeed proven the most egregious obstacle to our ascendance, a barbed thorn in my side, she may yet be removed and cast into the abyss. Oh yes, it can be done. I will keep these heroes mired in the first, and victory will be ours at the last. Warriors of Darkness now, are they? Then their fate is decided. They shall meet the same end as those who came before. Death at the hands of Warriors of Light. Smile. What could it mean? Oh, that reminds me, though. So next week, we won't be getting into Eden next week. By the way, here's the setup for that. It seems you are right. Uh-huh. Yes, there is something out there. But it would mean crossing malms and malms of this infernal emptiness, which is rather unhealthy for living creatures, as I understand it. Even were we to restrict ourselves to brief forays, I don't like to imagine the effect it would have on our ether. But you still want to go, don't you? We may have saved the world, but we haven't reclaimed it. Smile. Ah, when you put it that way. What choice do we have? Smile. Well, of course I'm going with you. That's what family is for, isn't it? Come, let's head back and prepare for this mad journey of yours. Thank you, Thancred. Thancred, thank you. I mean, what? Ooh, big object. Though blazing skies give way to gentle night, what hand can end the war of dark and light? Mine, bitch. Trust parties unlocked. What? By completing the main scenario of Shadowbringers, you have unlocked the trust system. Alright. Trust allows you to repeat previously completed main scenario dungeons with a party of NPC avatars. Yes, I know how it works. You're now able to accept new quests from job-related NPCs in the source. I wish they did this more, but they don't, and it's really unfortunate. You've completed the quest Shadowbringers Part 2, exiting New Game Plus mode. So we won't be starting Eden next week, because next week is also going to be All Saints Wake. So we will be doing All Saints Wake, as well as the first of the Master Role quests, and the, what did I say it was called? Hold on. Tales from the Shadows quest line. So that's likely to take up like our entire stream time when we do those. But yeah. Oh man, okay. Damn, those cutscenes went for kind of a while. I didn't realize we've broken like 3 hours 45 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and raid Machine 17, who is also playing FF14. Looks like doing some high-end content. I'm gonna wait for this ad to finish before we raid him. So that like I like to be present when they thank me for the raid. It's nice. But yeah, otherwise, I will see you next time on the Shark Stream. Same shark time, same shark channel. Take care, everybody.